Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Just Two Dudes. My name's Seth.
My name's Louis.
I'm the son.
I'm the dad.
Alright. Basically this video is going to be about spring practice so far. What?
Nothing, go ahead.
Things we've seen in some practice videos on YouTube, things we've heard, read. Basically, to start it off, one of the most important things for not just this spring but for the whole season is Taylor Martinez, from what coaches are saying, taking complete control of the quarterback race, basically truly making it his to lose, and the offense itself.
I said it last year, a healthy Taylor Martinez, body and mind. Nebraska's 13-1, Big 12 champs, and winner of a BCS game. He wasn't healthy, got down on himself, both body and mind. Had some games being played in his head,
Right?
Probably by him. That's fine.
And also all the criticism didn't help.
Which he brought on.
Well, yeah,
some
but
real
still
crappy play down the stretch, and he was hurt.
Yeah.
But a healthy Taylor Martinez is. I don't care about a quarterback race.
Yeah.
A healthy Taylor Martinez is probably worth 2 to 4 games.
Yeah, just by himself
on the schedule this year. I think he's the biggest difference maker on the team by far, actually. Yeah. So you're right. I think that's the headline of the spring so far.
And also another headline about the spring is so far they've scrimmaged twice. Toe issue with Taylor, an ankle issue with him. I mean, if this is one of those things where he's never going to be healthy again and truly be himself again, that could seriously create some problems.
Well, if he's not ever going to be himself again, then he probably loses his starting job.
Right,
but I'm not worried about that. Summer's coming up.
He has plenty of time to get rested. Yeah. I hope he does, because we desperately need him to be healthy.
Yeah, and it's weird listening to that kid talk to the media. Some people are naturals, and some people look like they're being forced.
Yeah, He's being forced, kind of a lot like Bo is.
Yeah,
sometimes.
he's not gonna come across as a likable guy. I don't think.
No, I
don't care.
I think he comes across as very arrogant and cocky and very confident. But the Taylor Martinez, the first half of the season of last year, a healthy Taylor Martinez, that's okay.
Right.
I mean, because that's one hell of a quarterback.
Another thing. I know spring practice started, and that's probably what caused it, but we've actually been getting a lot of information.
Yeah, it was...
And it's not like before spring ball started that there wasn't a reason for us to get information. There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's coaches, rumors, our starting quarterback leaving the school. I mean, there are a lot of stuff going around there. And it's just nice that even though it's not like a bunch of information, actually hearing players stepping up in practice, hearing some things that are going on, actually hearing that in a scrimmage that they ran 150 plays, 2 false starts and fumble, just hearing that stuff. You know, I mean, it's nice to hear that for once. One of the other things, in continuing with the offense, is there's some wide receivers that are really generating a lot of buzz. In the main 3 being Stanley Jean-Baptiste, a JUCO transfer, Jamal Turner, true freshman, and Kenny Bell, a redshirt freshman. And these guys seem to be like, it could be a potential strength of this offense. I know your thought. They haven't played a game yet. Who cares?
That is my thought.
But so far from what coaches are saying, I mean, it could be one of those times where we actually have some wide receivers who are truly playmakers. And I hope for our sake that we do have that for once, because having playmakers that can literally catch a 10-yard pass and turn it into a 60-yard touchdown, it truly brings the offense to just a whole nother level. That's why Oklahoma had so much success over the years, because they could find those guys. In Oregon and Auburn last year, I mean, you saw all the time players catching it, the whole offense still in the screen, line of scrimmage and everything, and then just gone.
Right.
I mean, it creates just a whole new level.
But you know what? I've seen it a million times at Nebraska. Wide receivers get hot in spring practice. They blow up in the red-white game, and we never ever hear from them again.
Niles Paul last year.
Well, yeah, I mean, you and I both see Niles Paul take it to Prince in red-white games, and that never translated. Yeah. But you can't discredit what the kids are doing in the spring just because it's the spring.
Right.
But yeah, I don't care. Well, I care, but until I see people playing in a game against other competition, I really don't.
Yeah,
I myself don't have anything to say. I don't care if Jamal Turner's tearing it up, you know.
Until he starts tearing it up in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my take. That's
At least it's nice to hear that there's some like talent there.
Yeah, but you hear it every year. Just like players gelling with the new assistants. Have you ever heard a player come out to the media and say, "No, I don't like our new coach"?
Well,
you're never going to hear that.
No.
So you know, there's been endless articles in the paper about like Brandon Kinney really likes the new receivers coach.
Right.
What's he going to say? I miss Coach Gilmore?
Well,
Of course not. You know, Ron Brown.
yeah.
I mean, are they going to say we miss Tim Beck? Are they going to say that Ron Brown's a better coach?
Well, it's still no discredit to the situation, though.
Yeah, but it is, because when you write about players really liking their new assistants, they have no say in the matter but to like them publicly. They can talk endless crap behind closed doors about them, but in the media they have to say nice things, because what are they doing? They're trying to earn a spot from this new coach.
Well, it's better than hearing that it's going rough so far. Not necessarily that they don't like him, but the fact that they get along.
I want to hear it's going rough. I want to hear that guy's such a jerk, he's so hard on us. You know, I want to hear that, especially from this program where we've had some pretty talented receivers over the last several years and had absolutely no.
The most productive ones have been the least productive, least heralded coming out of high school.
Yeah. Yeah, so I care less if players get along with the new assistants. I actually would prefer that they don't, maybe.
That makes no sense to me anyway.
In Nebraska, where there's absolutely no discipline in the program over the last couple of years, and everybody seems to be each other's buddy, there's nobody that's being accountable for anything. Like the offensive line constantly false starting, constantly holding, negating big plays. I don't want him to go over and have Barney patting him on the back saying nice job. I want him to see him go over the sideline and Barney
I get what you're saying, but you can't sit there and say you want the players to hate the coach.
I'm not saying I want them to hate him, but I don't care if they gel with him. I honestly don't care. It's insignificant to me. As long as they respect the coach and do what they're told. I don't care if they're buddies.
Yeah, but liking a coach means you'll go the extra mile for that coach, and you'll put
No, it doesn't.
in.
What have you seen out of Nebraska over the last couple of years where a player went an extra mile for a coach? It's been just the dang opposite. I think because everybody has been buddy-buddy. The program is in disarray when it comes to discipline.
All I know is that when it comes to the offense, and that's basically where the new coaches truly matter. You know, on defense, Bo said that he wants the offense to be ran just like the defense, close, tight knit, a lot of cohesiveness between that, and that's what he wants from the offense. And the players have to gel with the coaches to get that cohesiveness and to get on the same page and everything like that.
No, they don't. They have to respect their coaches and they have to do what they're told.
That in high school maybe, or like midget football. I mean, you have to like the coach to play for the coach.
I completely disagree. I can get into Chuck Noll, who won 4 Super Bowls, and
let's just move on to something else, because we're going to waste the whole video arguing about that.
Yeah, but arguing's good. One of my favorite arguments is Cody Green. Is he still here? Does he still play?
Yeah.
Is he on the roster this spring?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You've seen him. You have proof?
I've seen him.
Okay.
Yes.
Poor Cody Green. I wonder who's going to come in and pass you this year. You know I don't dislike you.
Yeah.
I can't believe that this guy went from being the next all-world thing at Nebraska. Taylor Martinez passed him up. That's after Zach Lee passed him up. Now we're hearing all these things about Breon Carnes.
Right.
And now here Cody Green is again.
And how the other day when Bo was asked who stepped up during the scrimmage and had a really nice scrimmage, Cody Green was like, when he wasn't even the first quarterback even mentioned.
Right.
I mean, Taylor was limited in his reps, and he said that, and then he didn't say anything about Cody Green until after he talked about all the good things he saw from Breon Carnes.
Okay.
So you wonder, maybe Breon Carnes is one of those guys that is passing up Cody Green now. I mean, and it does suck, because he's a he seems like a good guy. He seems like a good player to play with. Seems like he truly wants to make everyone better, and he's for the team. And it sucks that a guy like that can't really find his way after being highly rated coming out.
Where are we at for time?
We got about 3 minutes left.
All right. One thing I really want to talk about is the paper mentioned the fact, I think it was a direct quote from Bo Pelini, where it said in the scrimmage the other day 150 or so plays were ran, and the offense only had 2 false starts.
And 1 fumble.
And Pelini said that was from the younger guys,
Yeah.
and it had 1 fumble. And then the quote went on to say that it shows that the emphasis that was put on that has been a success, and that's kind of what I was trying to get at with the other stuff. You know, you have to. I think sometimes you got to ride these kids a little bit harder instead of, you know, when a kid fumbles, instead of when he comes off the field patting him on the back saying hold on, and you say get the next one. It's kind of like it's like sometimes you almost feel like in that program right now it's like it's a little too buddy, and I don't know. I'd like to see it possibly get away from that to where there's a little bit more discipline. And you know, if you want to emphasize like on these false starts, look at how much that's cost us in the Pelini era.
Yeah.
I mean, in
well,
the
it's also because
last year,
Pelini's a complete lunatic himself at times.
Well, we've got into that, but it is nice, and I hope people are accountable. Whether it's Barney Cotton, whether it's the new assistant, is it John Garrison?
John Garrison.
Yeah, they got to be. They have to be accountable for that. Yeah. The false starts just
and the fumbles themselves.
Well,
because fumbles cost us more than penalties. Because even though penalties can negate big plays, we still have the ball after a penalty.
That's very true, but a fumble is more.
Fumble is always.
That's caused a false start. You kind of wonder.
Fumbles aren't always caused though, because we've seen a lot of times where we've fumbled where it should not have been a fumble in the Pelini era. I mean, we've seen it over and over. Just like a lack of ball control in general at times, and it's just. It needs to be shored up. I mean, it definitely does.
Yeah, and I like the emphasis on it, especially the false starts, because those drive me crazy.
One last thing I want to talk about here is one of the bigger things in the spring is the fact that it seems like the depth at linebacker, the players that are there, aren't stepping up. And it seems like it's just like there's depth there, there's people there, it's just not good depth. And when we're playing in the Big Ten, and we want to use way more sets with 2 or 3 more linebackers against physical rushing attacks, linebackers will get tired. They will need a break.
Right.
And if some guy comes in and it significantly hurts the defense, and especially the running game, teams will really capitalize on that. And it almost doesn't even matter how good your D-line is when you're talking about stopping the run. Stopping the run always comes to penetration first, but then linebackers have to fill that gap and make the play. And if they're not good enough to do that,
you just said defensive line doesn't matter in stopping the run.
What I meant by that is they create the hole for the linebacker, kind of.
Right, they are the most important part.
They are, but but the ones that actually make the play and make the tackle is always the linebackers and the physical running.
One does all the work, the others get the glory.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
But
I think we'll have the smallest starting linebacker trio in the Big Ten.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean,
that's going to be something. That'll be interesting.
Basically,
but no, I think you're right when you're talking about the depth at linebacker, because the guys are going to need breaks and rest.
Yeah, and we only have, I think, 4 scholarship linebackers.
Yeah. With
1 coming in this spring, maybe even 3 with 1 coming in this spring. I mean, walk-ons have worked here in the program over the years, but there's a reason why they're walk-ons.
Yeah.
Because they weren't good enough for a scholarship. So what makes them good enough to be number 2? Because most of these guys that are contending for number 2 in the linebacker depth chart are all walk-ons, and I don't really have a lot of faith in the linebacker position right now. They'll have to prove it to me this fall in going into the season. And that's one position that could really cost us in the Big Ten. That's just my opinion, though.
Go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, well, that's it for now. We'll be at the spring game this week.
Yep.
And we'll make a video talking about that probably the next day after that.
That's right.
So look for that in the next week or so. See ya.